Come along and join. So hope the stream looks okay, so it's not too shabby. Let me get you fixed up here a little bit. Anyway, if the stream's in and out, just let me know and I'll try to fix it. But I figured I'd come on live for a little bit and show you kind of what I've been doing. We got 4 coffins to build, and we're going from there. Get my caffeine going on. Gotta have caffeine before you start any work. So I'll do a real simple process on coffins. Hey, what's up, brother? Hey, Monster Morg. My Flippin' Life, Monster Morg. They both got YouTube channels, so go check those guys out. But we're gonna make some coffins, and so I'm making me a template, and but it's real simple. Just make a big old cross, and I'll do 2 foot wide coffins because the little skeletons, they fit perfect in a little 2 foot wide coffin. I'll show you my template. I just cut this out the other day, yesterday actually. So it's kind of my coffin template. So I'll end up using this because coffins are easy to make as far as, doing your template. So first I'll start off with a piece of 3/8 plywood, and I'll cut it down long ways, my 8 foot section. I'll show you how to do that. So I'm using old plywood, and as you can tell, I have no room for nothing yet. Got tools everywhere. 2 tools I need. So all I'll do is I'll just measure. Yes, I know I have a mess in here. So what I'll do is I'll measure 2 foot off of a 4 foot section piece of plywood. If you guys have any questions on this kind of stuff, just let me know. Put them in the comments, and hopefully I can see them before they disappear on me. So I'll rip that down, then I'll put a copy of my coffin on there, and then we'll rip it down again, sideways. So I'll show you a little trick when you're dealing with long pieces of plywood. So if you're working off of a table and you know you're going to do half and half, well, all your weight's going to eventually come out here. And let me go find my drill. Guys, have my drill this morning. I'm back. So what I'll do is I'll pull my sheet out to the edge of the table and I'll put a couple screws in this end. That way it'll hold itself up and you don't have to worry about it so much to hold the board and all that other crazy stuff. Especially when you're doing everything by yourself. That's how you do it. Up in hand. Got that too close. Make sure you get it off your table. You cut your table up. All right, now we'll use our template. Sure, we got plenty. If you guys want to know how to make your coffin section, there's all kind of templates online that you can use. So there's the start of our coffin. So now we'll cut that sucker out. So. There's that. There's our coffee. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and cut out 2 of them and get it over with. I didn't make 4 more. So everything I'm using is old wood that I've had for my hunt, except for the dogwoods. I mean the dog ears. So I get these, I think they're about 6 foot dogwood. They're real light and they are treated. They're for fencing. So I think they're like a couple bucks a piece, which is pretty cheap now, considering a 2x4 is 10 bucks. But I use these and 2x3s. Yeah, all right. So I gotta keep scraps over there until I get ready to put away. So there you go. There's 4 of them cut. Let's see. Hey, Ray. Yeah, these are right at maybe 6 foot. So I'm about 6'3", so it comes a little bit under me. So they're right about 6'3" or 6 foot. And I found once you put if you put a lid, and I cut the top of the lid and the bottom so it has a big old gap so the skeletons come in and out, that's about a good size. Another room. So I'm getting the bulk of that mess down. All right. So how I usually do this is I start with the ends first, and get some of this stuff out of the way here. So I usually start with the ends, and I'll cut my. So your dog ear boards is about a 1/2 inch wide. So I will cut my board about a 1/2 inch smaller than the actual coffin bottom. So we're looking at 14 3/4. That's about what they've been running. So cool beans. So on the top of your coffin and the bottom is two different sizes. So I cut my top is at 16 inches. The middle is right at 24 inches where your shoulders would go. And the bottom is at 14. So that's kind of the rule of thumb is I make the bottom 2 to 3 inches smaller than I do the very top for the head. That's kind of, well, I don't know if it's a rule of thumb, but that's the way I do it. So this is the tedious part, is just putting everything together. But you can make a pretty cool looking coffin once you're done. Just take your time with it. And I use 1 5/8 deck screws, and they are, let me find it here. They are the hex head. So I don't know if it's going to focus in. Let you see it. Anyway, it's the star head. That's what I use. The 1 5/8. Well, 3/4. So I don't get all fancy and measure down to the 16th or the 8th or anything like that. I just kind of, feel my way through it. And so far I've been lucky. Sometimes you got to go back and readjust. But I have built quite a few of these over the years. All right, so now we need some dog ears to go all the way across. We're looking at 16 inches. So then I got a couple pieces down here. Perfect. Let's do this. There we go. Now we'll put that bad boy up there like that. I always countersink mine in just a little bit. Okay, now I cut 2 more pieces of 2x3, and what I do is stand. This is stand on this edge inside the coffin, so I know exactly how tall I need to cut a piece off of that, and it's 8.5. So don't know if that helps you out any. So let me show you something, guys. I've got this old rigid saw, which is freaking great. This thing here, but we've used it so much, it's been dropped. The handle's been busted off of it. I've had to go back through and put some metal in there and epoxy the metal to the plastic to get it to hold, and I've wrapped some duct tape around it. So, you know, I don't have a lot of fancy tools, but some of it's been broken and the blades wore out, it's dull, and it doesn't want to cut half the time. And so just so you know, I don't have a lot of fancy tools. I try to buy good cheap tools, right? I mean, here's a nice tool I found that I kind of like, is the Hercules from Harbor Freight. Now, that sucker's been a pretty good drill so far. So go to Harbor Freight. And I think maybe with the battery and all, maybe 60, 80 bucks. I can't remember because I bought a couple of them together. But so far, these Hercules have been pretty good little drills. So anyway, what I do, let me get you back down here out of the light so you can see what I'm doing. I know I'm a little far away. So what I do is once I get everything on, is I put one board on. That way I can go through and I'll screw my 8.5 inches on here. Then it'll accept the next board up and you'll have your top piece ready to go. So we're real simple. Sometimes you have to make quite a few to kind of figure out where the best way to make your coffin is. Then it ends up just being a pattern in your head that you just keep repeating that. some of these boards, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell in the video, but they're cupped. So they're not exactly flat. I have a planer that I could probably make them flat. It's poor, I think that. Yeah, Ray, I'm sure see, I can't even tell if it's bad quality over here. I don't even know where to set you guys at to make it better. The service sucks here really bad. I don't know if I can stick you over here on the end or not. Ugh. But anyway, let me know if the quality on this video is any better. But yeah, the cup on this, I always turn them your boat side on the inside. Cleared it up a bit. Good. You're probably going to be shaking around, up and around and stuff because I got you sitting on my work table. I do not know why. I even have a high-speed internet here at the garage, and for some reason Verizon just sucks here. It's not just here in the garage, but it's in this area, period. That's the bad thing about going live is you don't know if your quality sucks or not until somebody tells you. But anyway, let me see if I can point you down here. Without breaking something. So anyway, there's the top of my coffin. So you can see I got the two by threes at the top. I got one at the bottom, and I got my two end boards on. So now, how my pattern usually goes of working on these is I'll turn it around and I'll do the bottom. So I'll do the top, then I'll do the bottom. So if I cut two top ones at 16 inches, I'll cut both boards at 16. And these will probably be right at 14, I believe. So 13 and 3/4. So I have two of those, 13 and 3/4. Yeah. I don't throw too much of my wood away because I use a lot of it. It's 11. Oh my goodness, that's too short. Okay. So now we have our two 13 and 3/4. So I'll screw one of these on. Now you have to be careful with some of this too because it will split on you. I don't have it happen very often, but it will. So keep that in mind. If you do, just leave it. If it's not real bad, leave your split in there. That just adds to the character of your coffin. Yeah, I mean, hey Dave, what's up, brother? Yeah, I was looking at a 20 volt DeWalt, $546 just for the drill. I'm not paying that. Give me a $50, $60 drill, and I'll wear this sucker out. probably the same amount as I would the $500 one. Let me see if I can get another one. No, don't get me wrong. I've had some DeWalt tools and stuff like that, but I'll use whatever. It doesn't matter to me, as long as it works. So remember the other end we did is these are 8.5 inches. So those will go on top. Now you can go back through and toenail a big 3-inch screw down in each side. I find it not necessary because your first piece goes on the wide spot down there. So I think it'd be pretty good on that. So you don't have to worry about it too much. What's it, Daisy? Like I said, I'm using Deckmate 1.5" screws for these. They seem to be just about perfect for this. Here we go. Another thing about these Deckmate screws, I have found that the ends of these, sometimes they're not properly made, or it's got splashing or something on it, and it'll get down in there, and sometimes when you start drilling, just throw that screw away. Don't try to keep going, you'll ruin your bit. All right, so now we got our bottom done and our top done. So now what I'll do is I will do a long piece. I think they were about 40 some inches long, 46, something like that. I can't remember exactly. So this is going to be my tape measure. Is I'm just going to throw it up here and measure it. So I measured to where your coffin goes like that, and then it goes in like that. I measure right to that wide section. Let's make a mark. So then I'll measure that out. I think it was 46 inches. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. But 47.5 inches. So there we go. So now I cut me 2 of these, 47.5. Actually, you'll be cutting 4 of them. There's 2 for that side. We'll cut 2 more for this side. So I just put it up there, and I'll try to make the two butt ends, make sure they're nice and even. It's not really necessary, in my opinion, but I'll try to make it look decent. Remember, I keep all my cups going towards the inside. All right, so now we got these. Now you know we need a 47.5 inch 2x3 to stick inside of this. And the reason I put this on here first is that way I can adjust these two boards in and out easier whenever I put my 2x3 inside. Auto workshop now, tons of space. Man, you know what? I have tons of space, but it seems like I'm crowded. I've got my hearse in here. Any other time I'd have this out in the middle of the workshop so I can walk around the table and do this, but you know, for right now I got it up against the wall, so I'm still trying to get everything together. I just got all of my alarm and security system in, so I got cameras everywhere, inside, outside, and all that good stuff. Pretty sweet stuff. I can keep the crackheads from not stealing my shit. So, 46. Sorry, 46. 46 is the perfect number. Magic number. So how I do this board, even though it's an angle, sometimes it's like 22.5 angles or 17-degree angles on all these. I do not get into that. That just makes you go freaking bonkers. So what I do is I'll put my board in here, and then the headboards is ones I angle, not the low one, but the bottom one. The bottom one stays the same. It's just the headboard is the one I angle. The next one I'll do the 2 or 3 first. That way you kind of see what I'm talking about. If that will help you. Okay, so I got that. Now we'll go ahead and screw the bottom one on. Make sure it's level, because sometimes your plywood is warped a little bit, and we'll go ahead and screw that on and tighten it up before we cut our 8.5 inch piece. Now I cut our 8.5 inch piece. So what you could do if you're a real hardcore Coffin builder, but you can go through and you could probably, pre-cut all your pieces beforehand and do it that way if you like. I don't, but you can. So we got that. All right, so now we need to put a board in here. So what I did is I halved this piece, if you all can see. So I halved this piece here, so part of it catches these boards, and these coming down here will catch this. Hopefully y'all can see that. You have a simple solution for a pencil problem. It's about 150 a minute, lose a pencil, grab another. Yeah, definitely. So what I mostly use a black magic marker because I'm half blind. So this makes the lines show up a lot better for me. It's a little thicker for me to, see. So that's why I use that. Because I'm blind as a bat. So my next piece, I'll just bring down here. And it does kind of be aggravating to keep taking the cap off and on. So that's kind of aggravating. Cut a 16th off of that. Okay. Yeah, I'm half blind, so I use Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, man, I'm touching my pee over here. So if you guys know, I'm sure you guys know by now, but Cobwebs and Candlestick has sugar in his tank. Cobwebs and Candlesticks and I are setting up a booth in MHC. And what I'm building is I'm making the facade for his boat. So we've just been kind of bouncing ideas off each other, trying to figure out what I can make and make it look halfway decent and set it up. So I'm building. Out there, nobody. Okay. So I'm building 6 coffins, and I've got corpses to put in them, and I'm making the corpses into mummies, and so we will have that going on. Also, I will be making some saw blades, approximately 48-inch saw blades. And the way our facade is set up, we will have a huge saw blade, a half a saw blade on one side and a half on the other side. And that we'll be able to put our logo or our name in there or something like that. So this little goofy stuff. Just a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I do not have a hammer over here. So most of it, I don't need a hammer. Sometimes if I screw up how I put it together or something, I need a pry or something. This is just a piece of wood. Okay, so right there, we got one side of the coffin done. So now we'll work on the other one, and I'm going to show you a different way to do it on this side. So on that side there, I put all my boards up, then put my 2x3s in. This time, we're going to put all of our 2x3s down, and we will put our boards up. So you can do it either way, however you want to. So I started out with, what was it, 46 and 3/4 something? Oh, 46 even. Easy. We'll get bored. I'll do that. 45. Let me get a bigger, a longer board. So I got another load of panels coming in. So all my hot panels, we're trying to salvage them, bring them over here. As you all probably seen some of my stuff that was destroyed, and the weather and cars and everything else. So we're trying to bring them over here and salvage what we can. So this one is bent a little bit, so it's going to be a pain in the butt, but we'll get it. Just remember, you don't have to use straight board on everything. So our next piece will be this here. Maybe this will be long. I don't know. Yeah, it's a little bit short. So we'll continue to use this crooked piece. So what I'll do is I'll stick my board in here, and this will give me my angle to cut that. So that's the angle right there. So whatever degrees that is, I have no clue. Zoe, you're good. So there we go. See, that's what I mean about. I don't know who's calling me. Anyway. Ouch. All right, so there we got that. So now, you saw we used these a while ago, and we'll start using these next. Or we cut these a while ago. What is it?
Hey, what's up?
Let's set it up there in front somewhere. Cause I'll have to take it apart or something. So now we'll need to cut our 8.5 inch piece that goes right here. So we'll do that and get it attached. What did you all bring over?
Whole bunch of panels, the pumpkin head, and that big mirror.
say I need a new blade. So, just like on the other one, we'll do half and half on this 2 to 3. We'll do half on this side, and then that way we have room here to attach the next section.
What you doing, girl?
All right, so now we got this one section here left. We're at 23 and 3/4. So 23 and a quarter, 23 and 3/4. Call phone number. 23 3/4. There's a 3-inch on that. All right, there she is. There's our coffin. So that's basically it. I will show you real quick how I'll set up the top to be able to cut that out and all that good stuff. So what I'll do is I'll take a board and I will put it below the top of these 2 to 3s here, like right in here somewhere. Then what I'll do, usually it's like that. Then I'll take these dogwoods. I don't know why I keep calling them dogwoods, dog ears. So it takes approximately 4 of these dog ears, which is 5.5 inches or something like that. So I will put them on this board like this. So I'll have, just imagine that there's 4 boards here. And what that 4 boards does is it covers the whole coffin. So it'll cover the whole 24 inches. So what I'll do after that is once I screw them down to this 2x3, is I'll come back and mark underneath of it the shape of the coffin. Then once I get all of that shaped up, so you still have some pretty straight boards, and then that way it doesn't look like it's all crooked and stuff like that. So you'll have some pretty straight boards. Then I'll take my Sharpie and I'll freehand mark it out. After I stick my corpse in here, I'll mark out some sort of a design so I can make sure that his head will come in and out of the coffin. Then I'll do the same thing for the bottom. Then I'll just kind of show you what I'm talking about on that aspect. Let me take you off of this thing, then I'll let y'all go. So this is what I'm talking about whenever you put your floor boards on top, 2, 3, 4. Then you'll mark underneath. That way you get your shape of your coffin. Then you just freehand out however you want your skeleton in there. So this is how he'll probably end up being. Then once I get it motorized in the back, he will be coming in and out of his coffin. So that's kind of the plan I got for that. Then I'll do the same thing for the bottom. I will cut everything out with my 4 boards and just make my own design in the boards. And I'm trying to not make it real sharp edges. That way nobody can really get hurt. You know, they're rounded edges and whatnot. Then this one here, I cut his toe section out. The reason I cut his toe section out is because he's got some corpse feet, which looks pretty cool. So I kind of wanted to show them off. So we got them a little down there. But he will also come in and out of his coffin. And, you know, I just make a design and cut it out. So I had to go through and sand the edges of this wood and stuff so it doesn't look so rough and end up getting a splinter. Anyway, there they are. So I'm getting more panels. I'll show you here. I'm getting more panels brought in and we're taking them apart. That way we can salvage the plywood. So we got wood here to salvage. And salvage the 2x3s. There's my 11-foot pumpkin man. And got my molds over here. My barrel topper mold. That's the 3rd layer of latex. We got to put one more in there. Then this is my half bodies. Finally got the mold. This is my barrel top. Looks like on the camera, but these are black. Then they're dry brushed with white, and they're dry brushed with purple. So it's got a light purple on it. But I can do the color. So these are pretty cool. And this is the bodies I'm going to be doing. So we'll have them. And the back scratcher. Still working on him. Gonna get him finished. We're gonna have some baby skulls, fetus skulls, and check that out. Hey, I see monsters. We have zombie toes in a rat trap. Isn't that gnarly? So we're making those too. Making some creepy apples. Wormy apples. They have a worm in them. So we're making those. And we're making, I don't know what you call them, I guess graveyard steaks or something. So we got all those made. And these are the corpses. So we got 4 more of these that's going in the coffins. Then I'm going to make some more just for, you know, just to sell off on the side or whatever. But we got some gnarly gut in them and stuff. Their fingers is all bent some way or another. He's got acrylic teeth in them. I think I'll put one eye on all of them. So what we're going to do with these, we're going to end up Figures. All right, man. Thanks, Ray. I'm glad you're telling me it's all pixelated. I hate this service here. But anyway, I'll let you all go. We know how to rescue junk. Yes. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and go. That way I can aggravate these guys, and I might come back on after a while and aggravate you guys. Maybe my quality will be a little bit better. I hope so. Anyway, guys, we hope you enjoy the coffin build, and stay tuned because I'll have more of those coming out soon. Anyway, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Keep it creepy.